splurging on fancy hand soap and donuts, definitely things you want to do in Taurus season. Immediately after this high charged solar eclipse at the last degree of Aries, immediately after that, the sun is going to move into Taurus, where it kind of grounds down into this earth sign, this fixed, stable earth sign. But we're in a square to Pluto. So it's another layer of complicated. This is something we haven't seen in a while, is the sun squaring off with Pluto in a fixed sign. So the sun brings things to light. So I think we're going to get some more information about some of the things that Pluto in Aquarius is going to be highlighting for us at this early stage of the transit on the collective level, maybe even in your personal life too, if you're starting to feel this transit, if you have planets in the early degrees of the fixed signs. The sun square Pluto, this can highlight like power dynamics, power struggles. It brings an intensity. We're already feeling so much of this intensity from the eclipse. I don't know how much more we could get. But yeah, Pluto kind of adds this subterranean level of things bubbling up to the surface, elements of control, elements of power, elements of being the boss, especially coming from that Aries eclipse, like who's the boss here? So we're going to be feeling that right off the bat. So Taurus season, which is supposed to be kind of like comfortable and cushy and delicious, starts off with this intensity from Pluto. But I want to spend the rest of this video talking a little bit about the sun in Taurus. So the sun moves into Taurus, starting a whole new zodiacal season for us. The sun is going to be here until, the 21st of May. So we have like a full month here of the sun in Taurus. And for me, where I live in the Northern Hemisphere, place where I get all 4 seasons, I get to experience the seasons kind of shift right around the same time as the sun shifting into a new zodiac sign. So here it's kind of cool because everything gets really green. And we know that green is a color both associated with the sign of Taurus as an earth sign, but also the planet Venus. Venus has the color green attributed to her. So everything gets real green and supple up here. And it's just, everything is new and lush. And I love going for walks in the woods this time of year because it's just, you can see green for miles and it's just so bright and fresh. And you just want to go roll around and lay in it is what it does. Taurus season is a season ruled by Venus. So this is a time when we do want to be thinking about the things that bring us into the present moment, things that delight the senses, things that bring us joy. This is the time of spring cleaning and beautification. This is the time where we're starting to garden, we're starting to beautify, we're starting to do that for ourselves, maybe inside the house and outside the house, depending on where you live. So those are some things that we can intentionally do to connect with Taurus energy, as well as cooking for sure, and laying in bed, just consciously laying in bed and making, think of all the details that make an experience more sensual, like scents or textures or scenery or, who's there to share it with you, that kind of thing. Taurus is all about being embodied and finding beauty and delight in the moment. So those are things that we can kind of intentionally do as we move through Taurus season. Some things that we have on the astrological calendar for Taurus season. Well, Mercury's still retrograde in Taurus. We do have a Mercury cazimi to look forward to on May 1st. So we'll be circling back to talk about that pretty soon. Some other things that we have going on. We have a lovely Venus square to Neptune, also at the beginning of May. So put romance on the calendar there. However, we're still in eclipse season. So Taurus season, we're still in eclipse season. So it's not going to be as cozy and delightful as your average Taurus season. There's a lot sort of being shifted around and changing at this time. So we do have that final eclipse of the eclipse season on May 5th to look forward to. Venus also moves into Cancer during Taurus season. So that is also going to sort of like add to the deliciousness on the menu, both figuratively and literally. Another thing that we can really look forward to this Taurus season is Jupiter is going to be exiting Aries once and for all and will be entering the sign of Taurus on May 16th. So that's one you want to put on your calendar and look forward to as we move through the season. I'll be circling back to talk about that. And lastly, at the very end of Taurus season, Mars will be leaving the sign of Cancer and entering the sign of Leo. And that's a whole other bread to break. So we will cross that bridge when we get there. But those are just some of the bullet points to look forward to for Taurus season. So yeah, not as cozy as normal, but hopefully we're finding those moments to intentionally connect with beauty and comfort and delight in our lives. So for right now, that's your Taurus season astrology shot of the day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye. Thanks for tuning in with me today. For more astrology in your world, you can connect with me on all platforms at Astro Catherine. You can also book your reading with me at catherineurban.com. And hey, you may also want to join Cauldron, my monthly astrology meetup.